all my sins, and I'm ready to do that now. And I've sat down with one of our volunteers and prayed to do that. And since then, just starting in January, we added a Bible study component to it. I mean, we do talk about the Bible in our club meetings, but a more intensive Bible study component, and the kids are receiving that really well too. So I think maybe this would be a good time to play the video, Doug, and before we go into what I'm hoping to achieve for this. This is something I threw together. Okay, I'm not a video person either, so it's not as good as it could be, but all the kids you hear talking, these are our kids that we interact with all the time. All the voice on this video is our kids. So,
you'll have, I couldn't get that to work. You'll look at this. This video is also on YouTube, and I suppose that's good for the people that are watching on this video. What do they search on? Central Ohio Youth for Christ?
I don't know, because I didn't find it through my videos, because I know what it put out.
I think I searched for, we'll provide it, I think I searched for Youth for Christ and SecondLife on those words on YouTube, and up came that video. But this is like
about the first half of this, it's a 6 or 7 minute video, is just explaining what SecondLife is and why the kids like it. Because this was developed for people that know nothing about SecondLife, and then the last 3 or 4 minutes is the spiritual component that we've been working on. So. But everything you see on this video is our area on Teen SecondLife.
that you built up, that the kids that you built, and
right.
purchased or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I'll bring this over.
And I'm gonna pause.
Yeah. So you guys.
Okay, go.
One thing that Christy hasn't said, and it hasn't been said here, is that there's about 50,000 kids on Teen SecondLife. On Adult SecondLife, there's 14 million accounts, and over a period of a couple months period, a little over 1 million people will log in and hang out there. So there's a lot of folks. In the case of Teen SecondLife, the youth, Christie's group of the Youth for Christ, is the only Christian presence there. On the adult area, there are some churches there. There's some stuff there that's Christian, but in the teen area, it's the only one. And other than the place, I think this is right, other than the place where they give away free stuff, it's the most popular. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like usually second or third most popular area in the teen grade.
And recently, they've had to restrict the number of avatars to 40 or 50.
I think I got about 46 right now.
Because if there's any more than that, the SecondLife servers kind of crash and things don't work well. And in the last several weeks, they've been totally maxed out. I mean, there are so many kids who want to come there, and they get turned away now. And so those are issues that are not related to this class, but it gives you an idea of the kind of coolness and the cool factor of this kind of new way of reaching people. So, questions right now? Do you have any questions of what's been covered so far? And then Christy will go into what she needs you guys, would like you guys to do. So, and also, Dr. Scott, could you introduce everyone too?
Yeah, sorry. We got one more coming.
Okay.
There's one more coming, but yes.
This is Derek. He's a junior computer science major. Grant, junior computer science major. Joe is a senior. And Calvin, he's a senior. And David, he's a junior.
Okay, and then you said one more is coming?
One more is coming, and that is Nathan. Here he comes now. This is Nathan, and he is a senior computer science major.
Okay.
Is it here? Yes.
Did you want everyone on that side of the camera?
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Why don't you put your head in front of the camera? So that ugly green hat out there. So are there any questions so far with where we're at? And then Christy can give what she needs. Come on, Brandon, I need to ask something.
Not particularly.
Okay. Is there anything unusual or surprising about it? I mean, what's impressed you so far in terms of what you've seen?
I was surprised by the number of users. I was thinking just because it's such an emerging technology, I didn't think it'd be nearly as used.
Second Life's been out for a long time.
Yeah, it's several years it's been out. I actually bought you guys a book, not to keep but to share, and this is one of the books on Second Life. It's called the Second Life Grid. I've only read a quarter of this book so far. I was trying to get them all read by this class, but I wasn't able to. And this is actually pretty cool because it gives you some of those statistics, and it also talks about how to do stuff in Second Life. Projects, NASA has projects, med schools have projects on Second Life where they teach bedside manners. So you've got a heart attack avatar laying there, and then the doctor comes in, the real doctor, to do the bedside manner. They teach emergency techniques and stuff. So there's a lot of interesting things that are going on in this environment. And this book actually is really good so far, the first quarter that I read and the rest that I skimmed. I'm giving an idea of how to get things done in the Second Life culture, including don't call it a game or people will be mad, and including how helpful people are by asking them questions. But we can go into that later. But I'm going to leave this, and then there's also two other books. I'm going to go ahead and leave these. One of these. This is how you use the script. It's a Java-like script to control the avatars, control your environment. An avatar can send email, all that kind of stuff is done in a scripting language that's similar to Java. It's a lock up your user experience. So it's a very cool little programming language. And then this book here, which Christy's going to take for a week because she likes this one. And this one talks about how to create the different graphics and the 3D objects and stuff on Second Life. So you'll get these two today to look through, and then this one next week. So that's for that. And then anything else that impressed you guys so far? Just impressions so far? Okay, so if you could explain what your needs are, then this project would be charged. They would be charged with figuring out how to get that accomplished.
Okay, we have some content, and that will be given to you that we would like to figure out the best way to maximize Second Life in giving out this information. For instance, we have 6 Bible study modules that we want to get kids through. Their basic, who is Jesus, who is God. Now we're already doing discussion groups, but there are ways that we believe that we can maximize their understanding of this content through using Second Life, through the 3D world, through, I don't know how to explain this, Doug. Am I doing okay?
Yeah, you're doing great. I'll jump in.
For instance, are there ways to make these lessons into object lessons? One example that I could give from real life that is kind of the sort of thing we're looking for, although not this topic, is you've seen the churches that do the haunted houses, but they're not haunted houses, they're houses that show what hell supposedly is going to be like, okay? So it's an experiential thing. The person is going in, they're not just reading about something, they're not just hearing about it, they're experiencing somebody's version of what they think hell is going to be like. We think there's spiritual content that we would like to get across to these kids that we believe could be done well through the 3D world, whether it's by building content, whether it's through scripting lessons. I don't know. That's I guess what we're here to enlist your help on, to do the research and figure out some creative ways to get some of the content that we would like to get out to kids available to them in a way they're really going to learn it, they're really going to understand it. It's not going to just be somebody standing there talking to them, God is this way, God is that way, but it's going to be a more experiential approach. It might involve them building something. It might involve them walking through, some kind of path or some kind of way that would help them understand whatever principles